Welcome to the Made Leader podcast, where exceptional leadership isn't about who you are, but who you choose to become. Join your host, Jen Arnold, for expert interviews, real-world stories, and practical advice that transforms managers into exceptional leaders. If you're a middle manager ready to unlock your potential, this is your podcast. Let's get started.
Hey there, and welcome to the podcast. I wanted to hop on today because I ended season 2 last year, and I've decided to make a pivot. So over the course of the 2 seasons I've had the Growing Through It podcast, I've continued to evolve and shift what I'm talking about. And I'm going to do one more shift, and I'm going to completely change the name of the podcast now. And wanted to tell you about it today. So the Growing Through It podcast is now going to be the Made Leader. Why the change? Because I've learned something crucial over my time at working with leaders, that great leaders aren't born, they're made. When I was working on my Disrupt HR talk, I started really digging into the research around middle managers, and that's what I was back in corporate America. And I found this stat. Only 1 in 10 people naturally have what it takes to be an exceptional manager. So this stat made me go, wow, that's a lot of managers that are out there probably not leading the best. I know I've felt that stat, and I really just thought I was a bad leader. But it turns out leadership's a skill like any other. You can develop into a good leader with effort and practice. Of course, you have to want to be a good leader as well. So if you're in a leadership position and you feel like you are sometimes swimming upstream, you are not alone. Here's what you can expect from the Made Leader. So I'm going to start publishing weekly, which is different from what I've done with the past 2 seasons of Growing Through It. I thought I was going to make it easy on myself publishing every other week, but it turns out that wasn't really helpful to shape the habit of publishing. So I'm just going to go back to weekly. Here's what you can expect from these weekly episodes. First, I'm going to be talking to some experts. We're going to do some expert deep dives. Twice a month, I'll interview leadership experts, authors, and researchers who break down crucial leadership skills and challenges, from difficult conversations to building high-performing teams. We'll go beyond the surface to give you actionable insights you can use right away. I'm also going to still pull in these real stories from leaders who are leading from the trenches. So if you've ever wondered how other managers figure this stuff out, we're going to talk to them. And they're going to tell us about their career journey, their path to leadership, their successes, and of course, what they're still challenged with, because after all, we're all human. And I am also adding new a monthly Ask Us Anything coaching session. So if you have a leadership challenge keeping you up at night, let us know. I'll eventually have some way that you can ask questions. But right now, I'm just the leaders that I'm working with and coaching, really pulling questions from them. And I'm going to team up with a colleague, and we are going to tackle real-world management questions once a month. So think of it as a no-nonsense guide for your real leadership challenges. If you are a middle manager looking to level up your leadership game, the Made Leader is for you. The first episode is going to drop January 15th on Wednesday right here. So if you don't already follow the Growing Through It podcast, make sure you do, because it will change over to the Made Leader, and I don't want you to miss it. So looking forward to bringing you some wisdom, some advice, and some support as you're out there leading your teams. So that's all I have, just this quick update. And then I hope to see you next week. Take care.